Cheers.
Bye. Hello.
Hey, why did you think that border needed a rework in the first place?
I think it's just a bit cramped. It's a bit too slightly too small. I wanted it a little bit bigger, so there's more room for combat and whatever.
I understand that. All right.
Yeah. So that's why, really. Okay. Let's see. Westland.
Hi, so I was wondering, are you going to put posts inside the actual booth? So you know how people sort of like guard in there? I was thinking maybe you could put posts in there.
I'll consider it. It might get a bit messy. Depends on how big the booths are gonna be, then I suppose.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. Ultimate creeper. That's too slow. I'm gonna bring someone else. Let's see. There you go. Hello.
Okay, so I got a question. Why is the border rework is gonna be reworked? Because is it glitches or something?
No, as I just said earlier, it's just because the border is a bit small at the moment. I want it to be a little bit bigger.
Oh, okay, but can you like add like a post in the oh, I forgot what it's called, but yeah, leave it in.
Okay. Ghostmaker.
So, with the border being reworked, does that have any connection to GAR ranks being reworked because of the 11 ranks after Specialist? I'm just curious if they'll be getting any new perks or gear with the rework.
Well, the border rework is just a build rework. There's no gameplay related updates in relation to that. But eventually, we are gonna work on some rank progression stuff. Yeah, that's planned for the future.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right, Silence Rex. You're on mute.
So I had so with the border rework, is it still going to be you go up this one path and go into the other two, or is it going to be going into like different directions rather than just go forward and then either right or left?
It's gonna be the exact same layout because we want to keep it familiar so people don't get confused. I think if we do it any other way, it's just gonna be confusing and maybe players won't understand what to do.
All right, and one more question.
Yeah.
Is this going to affect like the city at all, or is this just strictly the border?
At the moment, it's strictly just the border, but eventually, if the border rework is well received, then we'll definitely look to expand and update the city as well.
All right, thank you.
No worries. Officer Grogu.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. Yes. So I think the posts in the border, they are pretty bit boring, and I think the border, it's a pretty big part of the game. Citizens and everything, and everyone who's playing the game or everyone who started playing the game. I mean, that's how they start, and I don't think it's like interactive enough. And I think we could add some features to that. So maybe like more customizable passports that I've seen in other border games. Where you can, for example, state your reason of entry and stuff like that. And I also have a bit of an opinion about the questions in the booth. Like I feel like it has been the same questions since like 2020, and like the questions are a bit outdated. So I think you should fix those as well. And
Okay.
the post overall should be reworked, I think, or add some features. Because like when you start a game, like just posting, I mean, it's not fun. Basically you just AFK.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that came to mind is like some more stuff to do at the border, like I don't know,
Yeah.
mini games or something. Maybe not necessarily mini games, but more stuff to do at the border
Yeah,
other than
kind
just
of
posting.
a post rework system, where you can gain like certain perks when you post,
Yeah.
almost like ranking up, but just for the post. You can maybe access like turrets in towers, or a control panel or cameras in certain places.
Let's see. Yeah, that's a lot of good stuff. I mean, we did want to do at some point we wanted to do like a post progression system, like extra rewards for being on posts.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's still gonna be boring because you're still just gonna be AFK. But at least you're getting something like a new gun or something like that for being on a post.
yeah. But I think like when you're from cadet to specialist, you don't have really many things to do. I mean, even if you're just a regular ground member or not a divisional, the game gets pretty boring.
Yeah.
So you should maybe add like NPC citizens that you can escort or interrogate. Just more tasks for just Garants in general, because the game isn't very playable at all if you're not a divisional.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Oleki 300 is next.
Hello.
Hi.
I was wondering, are raiders gonna be able to control the booths?
In what sense do you mean? Like operate them?
Yes. Like open doors.
Well, they can open the doors right now and they can disrupt the entire process, but operating the booths, like, do you mean just using the buttons or what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll think about it. I'll put it on the list and think about it and talk to Rainy also, maybe.
All right, thank you.
All right. Lag switcher.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask about the map that you released to the public for a couple of days as a testing place. It was like the big map with all that new stuff, but it
Yeah.
never released. What happened to it?
The map was just scrapped because it was a bad map.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to ask if it just disappeared like that.
Yeah, we nuked it.
Yeah, alright, see ya.
So, limit chaotic. Hello.
Could you add a post inside the booth? Like, where immigrants go? There's always like troopers there standing. So like could you add like 2 posts in there?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, we can do that.
Alright, yeah, that's it.
All right. Cake maker.
Hello.
Hi.
Could you make it so if C4 detonates in the processing area of the booth, it doesn't kill people or damage people outside of the booth? Because it can get really annoying if you're just out there and then some C4 detonates inside the area and then you die because of it.
I mean, the C4 is just based on the radius of how far you are away. So if you hear it, just run away. Can't you?
Alright. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. RTX Jax 20.
Okay, so I got a question about like with the new border, is there gonna be like fixes to the factions? Cause like with the friendly factions, there's a lot of troopers like TKing, and it's really, really annoying. And I was just wondering if there's gonna be like fixes to that and stuff.
So the thing about friendly factions is that they're not supposed to be in the border area. That means that guard personnel are able to kill you if you are in the border area.
Yes, but like if we're like in the bank, I've been TK'd a lot while I was on the friendly faction team, and it's really annoying. Especially for like people who are in the faction and like the faction owners who are just trying to play.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, there's certain zones that we had some difficulties trying to balance. Like, for example, the bank, where you're not supposed to really be there, but obviously inside the bank, you should be able to be there without being able to be killed. So, We'll probably look to do some work on team kill for friendly factions next month.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Mad City.
Hello. So I've got a quite few suggestions. So you meant it will be a simple change, only the border. So will the spawn change? The normal stuff spawn?
Yeah, that's gonna change as well. Yeah, the
Okay.
spawn is gonna be updated to be bigger and stuff.
Yeah. And I've got another suggestion. So will the booths maybe be connected, because there are already the towers with the border bridge, and what if you connect this part with the booths so you can access each booth from another booth?
The reason they're split up in the first place is mostly because it's easier for players to organize themselves, so they're probably not gonna be connected.
Okay. And if there will be more space you meant for waiting, will there maybe be added some racks like there already exists to serve protection for guard personnel?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and like Officer Gregu already suggested, maybe can we get stamples or new questions? Because I really like the stample idea, like you used in Military Simulator,
Yeah,
like where you have to stample it, and maybe if that gets added to Gar, that would be really cool.
yeah, we can
And
definitely do that.
if you do a new border, maybe you can also add a new way for raiders to trespass into the city. Because
Yeah.
there's like only the digging stuff where you get into the armory, and maybe if you spend a few credits or something, then you can access a whole new other way. That would be some innovative thing.
Yeah, we can do that
Uh,
for sure.
and so you meant like you will be adding posts into the booths? How about you add like something called important posts, where you have a more important job, and where you get some more rewards, and where it will be checked if you are still online and not AFK. Like where you get maybe triple the online time rewards.
We could maybe do that. The only concern I have for that is whether it's gonna be a lot of infighting to get on the post. Like it might get really messy if everyone wants to be on the
Oh
post and
yeah,
then they start
I would
fighting.
have. Yeah, I understand. I would have maybe a possible solution for that. If you make the booths, posts, sorry, if you make them like require a special rank. So maybe an important booth is only for divisionals or for warrant officers. So you have to try to get that rank to get to on an important post. So you'd have to work first and then get more rewards, like that type of system.
Yeah, I actually like that idea a bit, so I'll put it down and see what I can do with it.
Okay, that would be all my suggestions. Thank you, Viking.
You as well. Bye bye. Okay, Adrian.
Okay, I got a question. Are you guys
Yeah.
still working on the new map?
Yeah, we're still working on it, but it's on pause for the at the moment. That's why we're updating the current one.
So you're planning to optimize the old one before we get the new one? Like,
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep working on the old one for the time being, and then later on, especially after our SCP game launches, we're likely to continue working on the full new map.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But how long do you think it'll take before we get the new map for Gar?
I have no idea at the moment.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Goodbye.
But Steve Roblox.
So a few things. First, will there be like a way added to like make the game more friendly for new players? Because like I've seen like both like people who play as immigrants and Gar like both complain about like being bossed around, and like I've noticed a lot of immigrants not really understanding how to actually get into the city.
I mean, there's a pretty clear tutorial on how to get into the city, and personally, I've almost never witnessed anyone not being able to do that because of the tutorials that we've added. The only thing I will say is that we one of the next updates that we will be working on is a tutorial for GAR members, or specifically new GAR members, so that they will be more in the loop about what they're supposed to do, which might help a bit on what you're saying here.
Yeah, and another thing for Gar is like, I've noticed like, I feel like the game needs like a better way to like, for clones and stuff to like, for like users that are like, not, wanting to be called stuff like Sir, just like a way to identify like more so the gender of someone, if that makes sense.
Sorry, what?
Okay, so like for instance, me, being a female trans, being called sir just kind of like would be a problem. I'm just wondering how, like, if there's a way, there could be a way to like make it more clear, if that makes sense.
Well, in the game, there's no differentiation between gender whatsoever. I mean, if you become an officer, or you're like, if people are supposed to address you as something, then you have obviously the right to ask for whatever you want. But we don't. Gender is not that important in the game. We don't really put much weight on it.
Yeah.
But
And
you
another
can just
thing,
correct. You can just correct people if it's an issue for you, anyways.
okay. And another thing is with in terms of like posting for like GAR members, do you maybe there could be something to like, if someone's on there, then it could like the game could like register that that person's on there, and like it would like push someone else off if they tried to get on, maybe.
On the posts.
Yeah, so that like
Yeah.
it can be more clear,
Yeah.
especially in the booth.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to do that for the important post idea that was brought up just before you were here.
Yeah,
At
because that would
least.
make it more clear for things like how the bank is supposed to only be for sergeants and above.
Yeah.
Maybe there could be something like that for like inside of the booth, like mentioned earlier, like a lot of people standing there. Maybe that entire room could be made a booth, but only well, not a booth. That entire room could be made like a post, but only for like sergeants and up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say.
All right. Thank you. Bye. All right. Let's see. Um. Amazing Tintin. Is this the Tintin? I don't know. I'm not sure. Hello?
Yeah. So you were talking about like expanding the game, is that correct?
Just a border.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe like out like you could add like an area where you can like a shooting range or something. So like
Yeah.
just for something fun that like some people can do.
I like the idea of shooting range. We might actually add that to the FOB, the headquarters.
Yeah, because like you can, and also I don't know if this is relevant or not, but for the Red Guards, do you know protectees? Do they have like a tag or something?
Sorry, what?
Protectees, do they have tags? Because for protectees you could add like a button that like makes like a red circle around them for kill zone.
Killzone circles already exist.
I don't do you think? Because last time when I played the game, I saw they didn't have kill zones.
They do have now.
That's no worries. Yeah,
Alright.
that's all.
Bye.
See.
All right, let's see. Slaughter TP.
Hey, Viking. So
Hello.
I got a quick question. Will you change the bridge or something onto the bridge?
You mean if you're gonna update the bridge?
Yeah, and the way immigrants and raiders come to the border, will you change that way, or will you just keep that actual bridge?
The bridge is probably gonna be quite similar. We're gonna just rework it, and we might make the bridge a bit bigger as well. But the layout is gonna be the same.
All right, thanks.
No worries. All right, hold on. Okay, Marcelinka.
Hello.
Hello.
So I was wondering if the raiders could like control the booth when there's no one, like when they like in the booth alone, when they're in the booth alone, can they like control the booth so they would have like the same power as normal troopers in the booth by controlling the doors and stuff until they get killed?
Yeah, this was brought up a little bit ago. We're gonna discuss it internally and maybe.
Yeah, and could we like add like another dimension for ships to fly around and stuff?
We are eventually at some point going to add ships, but I'm not sure when.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Cheers.
No worries. All right, let's see. Aimeng.
Yo, alright, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yo.
I'm gonna be honest, I forgot what I was gonna ask, but I suggest you add emu, because I think we have the same question. Emu Mahler.
Okay. Bye bye. All right, let's see. Advanced orbital.
Right. So my question is, within the border rework, will it affect as well the border spawn or the border tunnel?
The border spawn is gonna be updated. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do a couple more questions in the voice chat, and then we'll move on to questions in public. I'm bring up wonderful moderation team enjoyer. Hello.
Hello there. Okay, I
Alright.
was just gonna mention about the border being updated.
Yeah.
So, like, at the moment, it can kind of just be like bypassed, and people just run through. Could it be like, I don't know, more like TSU, for example, how it's just kind of formal and more difficult to get through? I mean, maybe not, but
Well, I'm a bit concerned about making that much of a change because it's quite a key component of raiding that you can, for example, use a jetpack or sneak around and get into the city. So, and I think people enjoy that aspect. So I don't think we're gonna make it like TSU.
yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I understand how there's like the whole like building aspect, so you can't just use a jetpack because obviously you'll be seen in TSU. But anyway,
Yeah.
thank you.
No worries. Bye bye. Alright, we're gonna do one more question in voice. That will be Mr. Super Awesome Taco. Hello.
Alright. This is kind of off border, but for divisionals, such as like 327th, 41st, or 501st, their icon displays like a trooper. Could you like add like maybe 327th trooper or 501st trooper to help clarify that we're divisionals?
Oh yeah, we can do that. I'll put it down on my list.
Alright, that's it.
Bye bye. Alright guys, I'm gonna turn on slow mode in public now. It's gonna be a whole, let's see. Okay. We're gonna set it to 30 seconds. You can ping me in public and ask your question. I'll read it out loud and give you an answer as well. Okay, ask a question. How big do you think the border will expand? It's gonna be about twice as large as it is right now. Will there be an improvement to the border bot? We're not gonna rework the border bot as of right now. Do you know when the border update will be released? No, it's gonna be released when we finish it. Can we get rewards for public kills? Yeah. I'll put it down on my list. Will the Archy system be fixed for friendly faction members in the border? The friendly faction members are not supposed to be in the border, but we are going to make it more clear so people understand what's going on. Can you allow for weapons such as dual pistols to be carried over to Gar? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Maybe add a protective barrier to the larger booth. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Please, can you make it so medals can be equipped by divisionals? The reason that's not possible is because of how the morphs are laid out. They wouldn't fit. We would have to. It would require quite a lot of work to do that, and we don't have time for it as of right now. What about booth that detects if weapons and then glow red? Well, we don't want metal detectors. It's gonna be too much, too annoying. Every morph has a broken leg. Will it be fixed? Yes. Is the border gonna get more secure? Probably not more secure. It's just gonna be larger, so it's gonna be the combat is gonna be quite different. Will you add more robberies? We're gonna add at least more boss battles for sure. We're gonna add Grievous boss battle at some point soon. Will it be easier for raiders to pass the border in the new map? I'm not sure actually. We'll just have to see when it releases. When it's bigger, it might be easier to sneak around, but it might also be harder to rush the border because there's more room you need to cover, more distance rather. Any thoughts of adding possible watchtowers located on both sides of the border just so people with sniper game pass may have a proper area to snipe from? Yeah, I do want to add some more towers around the border in the rework. So we will look into that. Are you guys gonna add the TSU insert passport feature? Yes. Can you make the laser doors do damage? No, I think that's gonna be too much of a mess. Is there any similar building rework planned? Yeah, so if the border rework is well received and goes well, then we are going to rework the city as well. Advanced TK system. I'll put it down. I put it down. Yep. Will you add more ways for raiders to get into the city? Yes. Is the server size going to be the same with the bigger border? That's a good question, and yes, it might increase by a few players. We will see. Will you make the border more optimized FPS-wise? Currently, the game is hard to run on a smooth frame rate, even with good specs. I'm not sure exactly what kind of computer you have, to be honest, because we did a map optimization update a while ago, but the problem is generally the morphs are quite intensive when it comes to performance. But we are always looking for ways to optimize the game, so hopefully over time it'll get better. Put a big wall instead of a stupid little fence in which the raiders can pass with jetpacks in 2 seconds. Or at least make the fence taller so that they are more noticeable when they pass. Okay, well, we might make the fences a bit taller. But again, I don't want to switch it up too much. It's better to just do the rework and then we can tweak it after launch. But maybe we'll start off with a little bit taller fences. Okay. Can you add a new revamp the button system? Yeah, obviously. The buttons are going to be updated in the booths. Will the border rework make the game more laggy? No, I don't think that's very unlikely. It might make it slightly more laggy if but we're gonna keep the details on the down low. It's just gonna look better. We are very cautious with adding too many triangles and such, so it should be okay. I was thinking we could have 1 or 2 turrets at the border. No, that's gonna be way too unfair to raiders. There's divisionals already got perks, and usually raiders are outnumbered as well, so we're not gonna add any sort of turrets. That's unacceptable. Will the new border be 2 times bigger than the current one? Yes. When will a Citadel training come out? It might actually come out today or tomorrow. It's either today or tomorrow. I will actually, I forgot to say this, but when I wrap up here, I'm going to prepare a file, and I will do a public testing of the new Citadel system. I'll first do some testings with the star creators and the verified faction owners. And once that's completed, I will invite you guys. But I'm not gonna announce it. I'm just gonna put the link in public. So in the next hour or so, just keep an eye out in the public chats, and I'll post a link, and you guys will be able to join and test the new Citadel challenge. Make a divisional only room in the border. I mean, that's nice. We like some segregation, yes. So maybe we will. Actually, add a billboard UI instead of proximity prompts because the prompts look so out of place with the other UI. I'm not sure which ones you mean. All right, guys. Will he add more keycard 4 doors because the keycard for Game Pass is kind of necessary? Yeah, there's gonna be more keycard 4 doors in the city rework. Anyways, that's gonna be it for now. We've been going at it for about 45 minutes, so that's good for now. As I said, keep an eye out in public for the link that I'll be posting. It's going to be in roughly an hour, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. So if you catch me posting that, just join up and you'll be able to test the new Camino Citadel challenge. Other than that, thank you guys for your ideas and feedback. I'll keep you posted on whenever there's more updates, and yeah, have a good evening.
As I say we're friends, whatever happened to that? I don't care if you're a man. We gon' love each to the edge. You recall